yeah, it was like very. It felt like every second felt very staged, and like you could tell he was doing it like against his will.
Yeah, and I think he very much wants it to come across that way, because, like,
right.
How are they going to fight, But I really hope, and I don't because it would mean there'd be, like, a lot of danger and terrible, like, things that happen. But part of me does hope that he actually tries to raise an army, which would, like, put that final nail in the coffin to say, no, this is a terrorist organization, and be able to just remove these people completely from society. And I'm not saying, like, I don't want to go to war. These people don't deserve to die. It's not their fault that our elected leaders have lied to them constantly over and over and over again to get them to believe this shit. But, as they like to say, lock her up. Well, lock them up, Did you hear about people talking about how it looks like on the KFC bucket, like it's Colonel Sanders' head on a little stick body, but it's just like his little bow tie that he has on?
No.
Okay, so apparently some woman had, like, admitted to her husband that, like, when she was a kid, she thought that was supposed to be Colonel Sanders' head on a little stick figure body, not, like, him with his tie on and everything else was gone. So people started posting. You need to look it up now because you'll never unsee it once you've seen it.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I thought so. That's why I said, yeah, you got to look it up. So they just had a commercial on where, like, they leaned into that and they had they, like, straightened out his bow tie and they had his face talking on the bucket. I don't know. It was kind of funny. They decided, like... right?
Yeah. How did I never see that before?
Right? Once you see it, you're never going to see that bucket the same way again. And they've been running so many damn advertisements recently that, like, I mean, maybe it was a guerrilla marketing strategy by them to get this tweet to go viral or some shit, but, I mean, I see their commercials, like, you're watching, a football game, like I got on in the background here, there's gonna be, like, 10 Kentucky Fried Chicken commercials, so you just keep seeing it, and yeah, it's funny every fucking time.
So earlier this week, I was delivering to this place in Racine, and I saw the most terrifying note on the wall of their back room that I have ever read. It said, "Keep an eye out for the Vietnamese centipede. Yes, it got out. Don't tell the customers." I don't know.
Sure you should be revealing this?
I didn't say the name of the store, but like,
well, right.
I don't know.
Saying, yeah, but good point. Good point.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this about me, or certainly, obviously, the listeners probably don't. But like, my number one fear in the world is centipedes.
Oh,
I have a strong phobia of centipedes. When I read that, I damn near shit my pants.
Did you do like the Tom and Jerry, like the woman where you just see like the bottom of the half of their body, and it's the woman on top of the counter with the broom, like that's why.
No, but like I had to take all this dog food in through their back room, where it like they have just a bunch of, it's like all storage. So like, if it's going to be hiding anywhere, it's going to be in here. And I have to wheel all this shit through here and hope that I don't encounter this gigantic, disgusting creature. Yeah, I wasn't having a good morning.
So I just got to ask, obviously, so like people buy those to be pets? Like people
That's
buy
what I said.
Centipedes?
That is what I said. I asked the woman, like, so, like there was the woman working, like, did you find that? Like, no. oh, good. And people just think these are cute pets to have. She shrugged her shoulders. She's like, yeah, I guess so. We've sold like 4 or 5 of them. Like, why?
What?
Well, why? Like,
how big? They must be pretty big. Like, obviously,
they're gigantic. They're like the size of a. They're like the length of a human arm.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, and she spiced. They really are, and she spiced in this other fun fact where she's like, yeah, they're blind, so they just go around and they're constantly biting to assess their surroundings. I'm like, oh, good, thank you for that. I needed to know that.
It's probably like a snake, like using their tongue, kind of like they do something with biting. Wow. Well, dude, I mean, you know, I'm laughing like, oh, a centipede, thinking about like something that's maybe the length of my index finger at most. Of course, the length of your arm? Are you? That's scary, I think, to anybody. That is awful.
They're fucking horrible.
I didn't know that. I didn't know. I mean, I've heard of massive bugs from different areas and like giant cockroaches in the jungle and things like. I didn't know there were massive centipedes. That's ugh.
Yeah, one thing I've learned in this line of work. The thing I've learned in this line of work is that pet store owners are sociopaths. I'm convinced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I think it all starts. You can tell with like how they all have that thing where they gotta like find like a cute but really dumb pun to work into their name of their store. Like that's just like a character. Like they're very flamboyant. Like to really put it out there that they're like pet store people. Like whether it's maybe they'll be wearing like a lot of like animal print shit. Or very loud clothing, right?
They're all Carol Baskins, and I swear,
exactly. That is the perfect like general description. Yeah,
and I swear, like as soon as I get out of this line of business, the next time I see a welcome mat that says "wipe your paws," I'm gonna punch that person in the fucking teeth.
Wendy's has this commercial, and they go, yeah, the new burger's got that big bacon energy. And it makes me so fucking uncomfortable every time I hear that. Got that big bacon energy. What?
Wendy's, eat a dick.
Yeah. And it's like you guys, and that's what I look at the screen, I almost point at it, because, I'm a kook out here in my cabin by myself, and I just got to talk to the TV, and I'm like, you know what you did there. You know exactly what you're trying to do there. When you
shove their nose in it. You know what you did.
Big bacon energy. But I do have to bring up that McDonald's commercial quick, because I think we can get a good laugh out of this. This shit. So it's like a woman and a dude, and it's a radio commercial, but you're like imagining that they're going through the drive-thru, I think. And the narrator comes in like, how do you know when he's the one? When he lets you have the quarter pounder and the fillet of fish. So it's like new couple dating, and they go to McDonald's. I didn't know if I explained it well.
Hey, baby, I want to fatten you up. You're the one.
Yeah, baby, don't worry, I got you taken care of. You want to get that fillet of fish and that quarter pounder? Oh yeah, baby, I got it for you. You don't gotta worry honey. About a thing when you're with me, girl. You don't gotta worry about a thing.
I want to cram as much sodium in you as I possibly can. Your heart's going to be struggling and palpitating for about a week after this.
I'm going to get you so
it ain't just because of the fries.
And I'm just going to pound the shit out of that fupa. Because you don't have a fupa yet, and I just love a fupa. I like to slide my dick in there. We need to get you that fupa, baby. So you want to have 3 fillet of fishes? You go and have one.
Yeah, give me that quarter pounder fupa.
I knew we could get somewhere.
I only look at you as the cuts of meat that and how much they weigh. Yuck.
It's just like who writes that fucking commercial for McDonald's and is like, yeah, and then who at McDonald's signs off on it, and then who goes and records it? How does this like make its way all the way up the chain until it comes out on my radio and I'm hearing, how do you know when he's the one when he buys you a quarter pounder with cheese and a fillet of fish? Like, and nobody in that whole process, not the engineer, a producer. I mean, you probably don't say no to McDonald's. They give you money and you do what they want, I suppose. But it's just like nobody was like, you sure you think this is really going to connect with people? You think this is like what people like associate with McDonald's is, a couple on one of their first dates still figuring each out one another. Like, if you're taking your date to McDonald's and you still don't know you want to be together, like, you're not doing a very good job. That's that.
One of my favorite YouTube channels is called First Amendment. And they cut together like advertisements with different scenes from like movies or maybe different ads and all that. But they have a video. It's called like First Kiss, I think. But it starts off with a Taco Bell commercial. Is like the Doritos Locos taco, and it's two teenagers sitting in a car, and like she takes a bite out of the taco, and the narrator's like, "Are you just gonna stare at her?" Like and like he goes over and like kisses her unprompted, and it's like, that was awkward, but it was good. She tasted like, and then it cuts off to like a scene from I think it was the Zodiac movie where like he's firing into the car with a pistol. It's like, and then it cuts to like State Farm. It's like it's never too soon to think about life insurance. Like I'm not doing it justice. You should look it up. It's fantastic.
I like that. I was just gonna say I like the idea. I gotta check that out because that sounds like a really like funny idea. Of course, it's something you got to see, but that just sounds pretty brilliant actually. Oh yeah. That kind of reminds me. I watched this movie. I think it was called The Killing. Like last week, and it was like an old 1950s movie. And I've never watched that many like good old movies. It was Stanley Kubrick's like first major motion picture. And oh my god, it was fucking just incredible. That movie was so damn good, and now I just have like just the ultimate thirst to just watch old movies. I haven't really watched any more since then, but I'm like, man, I've not been doing any justice. I think it was called The Killing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it came out like 1957, I want to say, and the end scene of that movie is it's just one of the coolest fucking scenes. Like, you could just watch that end scene. Like, don't even watch the rest. I mean, you should watch the rest of the movie. But the very final scene, it's just one of those classic, like, you know, the main characters, like, kind of just wraps up the story with a line and then, like, walks off. But it is filmed. It just looks so badass. And then, I'm gushing and I'm not doing this movie any justice. But, yeah, old movies, that's something I really want to get into, because if I can find some more like that, because it was like a whole new thing. It was like finding a new genre of music, you know, where you're just burnt out on the same shit you listen to, and then all of a sudden there's something fresh, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is like getting me to feel something again, you know?
Right. Like, I know you're not a big horror fan, but a good place to start would be just like the old classic, like black and white horror movies, like the kind of things that like Mystery Science Theater used to make fun of. Like, that's a good start, and maybe eventually you can work your way up to the level of psychopathy that I'm at with gore and horror.
It really, no, man, it's just like a gore thing. Like, I appreciate like the storytelling and stuff, but I just really do not care for like watching like gore. Like, it's odd because I really like the Saw movies. I view the Saw movies like I view hot sauce, or I view horror movies, I should say, like I view hot sauce. Don't just give me something that's crazy fucking hot just to make the point that, oh, this is so hot, so that'd be like a really gory fucking horror movie. Put some flavor in there